Sunglasses on. Okay, everyone. So I thought today I would kind of just show you this. It's basically just the main rhythm from the tune Brick House, and but I kind of put it through some different permutations and do some different ideas with it. And I actually used this as the opening for my drum stream that I did, which didn't get a lot of views because this is a new channel, right? But I thought I would show you this. Maybe this is something that helps your finger drumming coordination, or you're a regular drummer and it helps your coordination or thought process or creativity, and so on and so forth. Because this is basically the same thing. I'm just doing it with my fingers instead of my entire body. So anyway, so the basic rhythm here, I actually open with a fill. So, you know, that was a bunch of triplet licks and some different like hertas and things, but you know, like I can't do it with my mouth. And I kind of feel like using the hi-hat open and close kind of gives it like some interesting accents occasionally. Then sometimes I'll migrate that to the hi-hats. So, you know. And then that's a bunch of interesting little licks. Anyway, so, you know, just a little intro. I think we go to like our 8th pattern. So you see, there's like a little thing that happens between the two hands where it's like da-dun, da-dun, da-da, you know. It's that part right there. So it's just a very interesting little separation of the hands type of a thing. And then I just kind of just keep elaborating on it. So I'll do, you know, and then that is all just 2 fingers, you know. So that would be like more conventional drum fills, you know. And then, yeah. Then I kind of start migrating the hi-hat triplet licks down to the bass drum. Then there's another variation where it's all kind of a bass drum line, double bass drum line, and then you're doing hi-hat and snare with this finger. So. And that, of course, can take you straight into all of these types of fills. So I can kind of visualize what I've seen a lot of different drummers and instructional material where they talk about all this sticking between the snares and the toms, right? The triplet licks are kind of hip, you know. They're kind of in between doing 8th note type licks and you know, stuff that's like 16 or 32nd or you know, excluding, of course, 2 sextuplets, which is still triplet licks, which is what we're talking about. So I kind of think of this in different ways, but you know, mostly you can start off, I guess, by working with your sextuplet, just snare. Like that kind of thing, right? And then you start doing accents, which is just, you know, like here you're doing like your little bounce, you know, and then that's fills the triplet between all of this, you know. And I'm even using my left hand, you know, so the way you would do with a stick, or, you know. You can also use 2 fingers at the same time. So, and that immediately brings me to doing double notes, you know. So, and then of course the snare. So one might be like, you know, dun 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 dun, you know. And see, I'm kind of keeping the sextuplets going while there's another rhythm embedded in that kind of gets like, it starts off on snare, then it adds hi-hats, bass drum, you know, and you can do that with one hand. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's kind of, a lot of what I do on the drums is like contrapuntal, in a different sense of being different from like fugal Baroque music or something with tonal instruments. It's like, there's always like two or more things happening, and you know, it's more interesting that way. The same thing, like I think at one point I was doing like, I sort of start doing a ghost note groove with this. So the original part is like, right, I kind of mutated into, oops. And it's phrasical stuff, right? It's all the way you would phrase on an instrument, like a tonal instrument, you know, like you have like da 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 da, you know, that kind of thing happening. And then you're changing the different instruments, using segments, developing motifs. You know, then also you can do, you know, and I guess those kind of come from like jazz drumming, like not so much funk, you know. I've been experimenting recently with using some of like the low tom stuff like that in tandem with the snare hits, just to kind of give it a different vibe, you know. Of course, I did a thing with the I think I did a thing with the rim shots. There we go. You can use the bell and the ride, you know, together, and then kind of use your right hand for the snare. You can start like a 16th note groove if you want. think I did actually do this section too, where you double up on the hi-hat and bass drum. It's interesting, you get different patterns and stuff by just like dropping one thumb on either side, you know. So like the offbeats, you would drop the right thumb, and if you're right-handed, and then you would get the offbeats with the left hand, right? And drop the left thumb to go to the right thumb. Add them both. And you can start making these L shapes between the hats and the snare, and it gets this open and close thing going. And that's not really trying to like groove hard or play some real funky thing. It's just kind of an interesting, kind of a robotic sound, I guess, or something. Just. Probably a lot of drummers would not do that unless they were playing electronica or something, maybe some type of music like that, maybe. But it's kind of an interesting thing, though. Especially like that, it's faster. But I wouldn't want to be sitting there doing that for 3 minutes straight, Yeah, and I think I did a whole lot of soloing in that opening clip. It was all there's different patterns that I used to practice, like the 16, 30-second note, type stuff. Groups of 4. Kind of like those more than the splits, I think they work better on the toms, like than it does with the bass drum. Just musically, This might work for a specific type of groove or something, but just for soloing and, I think that's pretty hip. Also doing the what I would call the wave. If you've ever seen a bunch of people do a wave in a stadium or something like that, where they all do that, it's just one hand, every one hand and finger, hands and fingers are following each other. So, I mean, it's kind of a half wave because I'm going like da 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 da, Same thing though. It just kind of makes more sense to do like that. But so you can do different accents, and then kind of switch over. I also like to do this thing where, you know, I have like a hi-hat going and all these fills. And if you listen, there's pretty much an eighth note hi-hat going throughout the whole thing, the way you would do with your foot over here. Um, so, you know, because this doesn't have the pedal control, I just, you know, would use that method instead. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, hope you've gotten something out of this. It's kind of fun to do drum videos. I've been kind of sick, and I've just been do guitar videos until I feel better. Because it's just like kind of still physically like try to do all this, you know. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Channel's about to hit any time now 1,000 subscribers. So from here on out, who knows how far it'll go. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell, and see you on the next one. Sunglasses on.